Hey everyone, Ben Barber here. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for being here. This video is a very special video, and if you're thinking it's a pitch video, I'm going to stop you right there. In this video, we're actually just going to review the pros and cons of EXP, the fastest growing real estate company in the world. And I say that because it is not all sunshine and rainbows. There are some negative things that if you are looking at EXP as a possible career change, you really need to take into consideration. And that's what I want to do, is give you this unfiltered look at EXP, both the positive and the negatives, all right? So before we do that, if you haven't already, please make sure you like this video, share it with anybody you think is going to get value out of it, and make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you can get notified of all the new content that I'm putting out. Grab a pad of paper, some water, get yourself a drink, and when you're ready, let's jump right into the pros and cons of EXP, the fastest growing real estate company in the world. Now, before we jump into the good, the bad, and the ugly about EXP, I think we need to clear up something first because there seems to be a lot of misunderstanding about EXP in the marketplace. EXP is a brokerage. They just happen to be an online brokerage. EXP is no different than joining Keller Williams, Coldwell Banker, Berkshire Hathaway, or the thousands of independent brokers in your area. They make their money from real estate commissions from their agents selling properties or helping somebody buy properties. So at the end of the day, EXP is a real estate company. EXP was built in the cloud. It was the world's first online brokerage. And they did that because they wanted to be able to focus on giving agents tools, technology, resources, all the things they needed to succeed without being tied down to brick and mortar locations and without paying high franchise fees and without paying desk fees and things like that. So EXP is a technology company that sells real estate. If you ever want to book a private one-on-one call with me to talk about any aspects of EXP, click the link in the description. You can set that up directly on my calendar. So now that we understand that EXP is a real estate brokerage that focuses on technology, let's jump into the pros and cons of working with EXP. You can't talk about EXP without the revenue share. And that's one of the biggest positive aspects of EXP is the way they compensate their agent. Like, have you guys ever heard these stories of these EXP agents that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month through this revenue share program? It seems too good to be true, but having met a ton of these guys, it is 100% accurate. Revenue share gives you the opportunity to create unlimited wealth by helping EXP grow the company. EXP was founded on the notion that the agents are the ones that build the brokerage and they're the ones that should be compensated. When Glenn Sanford founded EXP, said, look, the agents do the heavy lifting, let's compensate them. So revenue share gives agents the opportunity to receive commissions from agents that they've recruited to the company, and those agents have recruited the company all the way down. That's a huge positive because it allows people to earn the income that they want to and earn passive income. And also because you have so many people that are trying to earn all this income from revenue share, it opens up your options for mentors and for peers and for having coaches that you may not have access to otherwise. Like somebody that's not directly above me, but it's in my sponsor tree is Curtis Johnson. And this guy is a juggernaut agent down in Arizona who I would never have met if I hadn't been a part of EXP. But because he is in my line, Curtis helps me constantly. So that is a huge advantage to somebody coming over to EXP. It's the revenue share. Now, the opposite side of that is you're going to run into overbearing agents who are there solely to recruit and build their revenue share platform. That creates these agents that call you constantly, text you constantly, go on social media and post about how stupid you are for not joining EXP. And I think that's one of the biggest negatives about EXP is that the agents who are there solely to participate in the revenue share program and want to build a huge national network can be overbearing. And it leaves a sour taste in some people's mouth about EXP. So that's something you do have to consider, is that there are some very aggressive agents, and you may have some sponsors whose sole focus is participating more in revenue share, so they may drive you to recruit when that may not be your cup of tea. While we're on the subject of compensation, let's move into the second area that I think you really need to consider with EXP, which is the equity opportunities. Now, again, this is going to be a high-level review of that, but in a nutshell, EXP agents can purchase EXP stock at a 10% discount. EXP is a publicly traded company. We're able to purchase stock at a 10% discount, sell it the next day, make a 10% profit if we want to, okay? We have that available to us, but then you also can earn stock for various performance metrics that you hit, awarded stock based on production or when you recruit an agent or when you hit different milestones. So the equity opportunities from EXP are a great way for agents to build wealth for the what's next in real estate. The only negative about the equity opportunities is any stock that you're awarded from EXP has to season for 3 years. years. So seasoned just means you have to be with the company for 3 years before you get access to it. Same way you would with like a 401k that you're contributing to from a traditional employer. Some people see that as a negative, that you are going to have to wait for those to season. I see it as setting up for the long term. So I don't really see that as something that would keep me from coming to EXP. All right, next on my list is the way they handle their commission splits, specifically their caps. So like I said, EXP is a traditional company, just like you would see with Keller Williams, Coldwell Banker, all those other juggernauts, where you are going to have commission splits with EXP and you're going to have a cap. EXP's cap for an individual agent is $16,000, which is pretty much industry standard. But if you're on a team where your team leader has reached certain production thresholds, then everybody on their team is going to have a reduced commission cap with EXP. So like based on my numbers as an individual, when I started to build my team, anybody that joins me has an $8,000 cap with EXP instead the $16,000 because of what I produced as an individual agent. Okay, so that's a huge advantage in that you can actually take advantage of somebody else's success and have a reduced cap. Another thing is that you have an opportunity to get to 100% commission. So once I get to the $16,000 cap to EXP, it's 100% commission for the remainder of my year. The very last part that I think is a huge advantage for EXP as far as their compensation and their commissions and their splits is the EXP Icon Award. The Icon Award basically gives you back your cap in company stock if you reach certain production threshold. I have been with companies where I have paid $40,000, $50,000 in commission splits to the companies, franchise fees I could never get out of, and never got anything in return. Well, with EXP, if you reach certain milestones, they're going to give you back every single penny that you paid them in your cap. They're going to give it back to you as stock. Huge advantage. Nobody else is doing it. Definitely one reason to look at EXP. As far as the commission, the only negative thing that I've seen when I take a look at it is that they do have a 90-day program where the splits are different for a brand new agent until you reach certain production threshold or you've gone through certain training, because they want to assign you with a mentor and make sure you have the tools you need to succeed. Most of the companies that I go to, any of the big companies or ones that are dedicated to their agents succeeding, they have a program like this. And I know that even before I came to EXP, personally with my team, I had the exact same thing where it was a 50-50 split with all my new agents because I knew I was going to spend so much time with them on their first 2 to 4 deals, helping them through every aspect of the process and giving so much of my time and energy so they could be successful. So the compensation was different. The second one is as a team. It is a little more difficult to build a team at EXP because even though members of my team do have a reduced commission with EXP, they do always pay me a minimum of 25% of their commissions as a team leader. Now, if you follow John Cheplack or any of the great leaders with agent training, you know that commission splits, when you give that to an agent or a broker or a team leader, you're exchanging your money, a portion of your commission, for their mentorship, their systems, their guidance, their support, their experience, right? So I don't really see that as a negative because of how much I give to my agents, and I know that other team leaders give the same. But you may see that as a negative because if you're trying to build a team, you are going to have different models you have to work with. Whereas if you were with like a flat rate brokerage, you wouldn't have to jump through those hoops, all right? The next items on our list of reasons to join EXP, one of the pros is their technology. I mean, this is a cloud-based brokerage that has created some of the best virtual products, support systems, training tools out there, period. We have EXP World where you can participate in tons of training events, live events, go get support on any of your issues, and then you have access to incredible tools like SkySlope, transaction management system, DigiSign for your digital signatures on documents. Their technology is there to help you become a better, more efficient agent and do my business anywhere I go. As long as I have internet connection, I have access to all my systems, all my tools, all my trainings, all my resources. I love technology, and I think that agents who don't embrace technology are not going to be around for a long time, but I can't make that decision for you. If you don't want to put the time in, it's really not going to be a good fit for you, and you should find a more old school broker that is more pen and paper, brick and mortar. Now, before we jump into the very last item on my pros and cons list for EXP, I want to know what you think. Like, what do you think the benefit of EXP is and what has prevented you from joining? I would love to hear about that. So give me a comment. Let me know what you think. And like I said, if you ever want to book a private one-on-one call with me to talk about any aspects of EXP, click the link in the description. You can set that up directly on my calendar. So let's get into the very last one, which is the training. The training available from EXP is world-class. It is absolutely fantastic. They are bringing in some of the biggest players, not only in our industry, but in the sales industry, in the personal development industry, in the financial industry. So 24 hours a day, 7 days a week through EXP World, you can get access to any training program you want, from filling out contracts to working expireds or FSBOs, or how do I grow my team, or how do I manage my money. Like, they have so many training tools that lack of information will never be a reason you're not successful. The only negative I see to that is that not everybody is willing to put in the work to find out the answers. I run into that all the time with the training programs that I have. So if you're somebody who doesn't like to do the work, you don't like to follow through, you don't like to attend classes, or you'd rather just sit down and have somebody explain it to you personally, this may not be the best fit for you, because EXP is going to give you all the tools and resources you need, but they're not going to do the work for you. Okay, so that's something to consider. You'll have access to everything you need. It's just a matter of, can you get yourself to go do it? So that is it with my pros and cons list for joining EXP, the fastest growing real estate company in the world. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like this, share it with anybody you think will get value from it. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and hit the bell icon. But more importantly, please give me your comments. I want to know what you think about EXP, what you think about this video. So thank you very much for joining me. This is Ben Barber. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.